Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trade in all our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated trade as long as you're on a sim. We're not responsible for your trade. For the ES and NASDAQ, just keep going short. Do not, if you have some kind of auto trade, stupid ATR or MACDs or those kind of basic auto trade, keep your auto trade directing to the short side, and the market is only down. It's only down. There is no, for the ES and Nasdaq, the market is only down, and you need to concentrate on the short trades only at the moment. And you have um, you have a re-entry. The Nasdaq is split in half. Uh, it's a very mixed signal between the buyers and the sellers with the 6 different time frame. So there is a good potential re-entry on the Nasdaq short at 27,216. However, the re-entry on the ES, you have two re-entry. You have one here and you have another one right there as a re-entry. So this maneuver here, from here to here, all your indicators, your ATRs, your MACDs, and all this garbage indicators uh, start telling you positive, and you don't have a positive. You only have negative. So that's why you see the market crashing back to the downside. And the Nasdaq is trying to confirm the breaking out on the support at 27,158. Once we get this confirmed, then we have a good potential for a good breakout. So be careful with your trades. And the system, the market analyzer, let me disconnect this before I get in trouble. And the system, we have a confirmation, the target confirmation is all the way down there. This is the institutional number is 7120.75, which there is a profit taken on that number once the ES, again, once the ES break the support area 7140. So this is be careful with the market, and do not let it fool you with this turnaround and going, because there is no long trade. There is no long trade at this moment. This is the first potential re-entry on the Nasdaq at 27,212. Even if the market broke this yellow number, it is false movement. Again, it is a false movement, and you see, the market is coming, trying to penetrate the 27,217, and that is not going to be happen. Even if it happened, it is a false movement. So do not uh, fall into this trap. Do not fall into this trap. Um, you see, look what happened on the Nasdaq. It came into this number and going back down. Perfect re-entry short. Those poor guys, the amateur traders, from here to here, they start getting buy signal, and there is no buy signal. You see, here is the re-entry, the one we called for you, and here is the short re-entry. Look at the ES. We call the re-entry from that number and that number, and here is the re-entry right in line. So the future trading is the best day trading instruments. The future trading, because it is predictable. It is, once you learn the basic, it's very predictable market, and like the crypto, because the crypto can be affected by fundamental, by the news, by somebody posted something. and then you are on a short trade, and then there you go, it turns around, you go long, and something happens, it goes down. And the same thing apply for the Forex. Many millions of Europeans, they are very much into the Forex, and that's why you see the broker Forex moving out of the country in USA for many problems with the Forex companies sometimes. Of course, they are genuine ones you can trade Forex with. They are respectable platform in USA, but you should not go for not and well and known uh, uh, brokers. You have to have some brokers. They've been around for many years in USA only. For the American traders, you should not open um, Forex account in some country. You don't know where the hell is it. So be careful uh, with the Forex and also crypto. You have to be careful. So only trade with known well companies so your money is safe. So we call two trades and we're doing fine. And it came in right to our re-entry. We called the re-entry here and it was right in line. And we called the re-entry in here, it was right in line. This pullback, again, this pullback, you should not activate any long trade. You need to stay on a short trade at this moment. You know, there is nothing confirming that you have a long trade in the market. Do not get excited with a couple bars up or down. Don't, don't get into the noises in the market. Stay consistent on the big direction of the market. It is very important, and not to get lost in between. It doesn't matter where your auto trade coming from. Now the Nasdaq wants to break this area here, that 27,213. Do not fall into the long trade. If you have a short trade and you exit it out, stay on the side at the moment with the Nasdaq. Let's see if the Nasdaq will break that number or not. Do not get excited and start clicking left and right on a Friday. That will put you in a bad mood on the weekend. So don't do it. This is the second time the Nasdaq came into this number and it fell. Good. So we are in the right direction. As you see, the Nasdaq is struggling with the double. Every time you see double support, those fibs are made totally different than what you are used to. They are extremely accurate, and that's what uh, your whole trading base on the market levels. So right now, you can see the Nasdaq not able to break the 27,211, and he's not able to break the support area at 27,166, indicating the Nasdaq is caught in a channel. And when the market or any kind of instruments get caught in a channel, your potential making money on any given auto trade is less and less and less. So only if you are on the swing trading like this one here, the Nasdaq on the 4 minutes, we are very far from the entry price, so we're not worried about it. And the market is continue to the majority of the trends is to the downside, so we're not concerned about it. But to activate a new trade right now on the Nasdaq, you gotta wait till we see some breaking out the Nasdaq, even if it broke out at 27,212, is a false movement because the ES is way down and the ES has not crossed his key point, which is 7,163. So even if the Nasdaq crossed the 27,012, probably is not going to hold above that number. This is a key number. This is a very important number. And even if it cross it, is a false alarm because the ES is not confirming the direction of the market. And those two, they have to be in sequence direction in order, they have to be confirmed. Both of them are on the long position before you can enter long position. So this false movement is a false movement, and I don't want to get into it at the moment. We have an auto trades, that's fine. I can take this trade off and I can close position, take some profit, 1,290, and I will wait till the market. And to our traders, what you do right now, the market is still to the short side. I don't want the auto trade to take long. And this is what you can do. You say short only. So your auto trade will not take any long trade because what you are seeing on the Nasdaq is a false movement. And when this poor guy, amateur guy, he sees his indicator, he have 3, 4, 5 indicators telling him to go long. He go long, and he is not aware of false movement in the market, and that is sad for him, especially on a Friday. He's going to be in trouble. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep saying, directing this auto trade only to the short side. I don't want this auto trade to take long because look, it's a false movement and it's going to drop heavy, and that's why I'm not gonna get excited and taking a long trade at the moment on the Nasdaq. Gentlemen, let me explain to you. One losing trade, $200 a day, that is $50,000 a year. $200 a day. In the future, once you become educated in the future, it takes one trade a day to earn your $100,000 a year. It takes one trade a day. You don't need to sit miserably behind a computer 24/7. For if you wait between 8:30 until 11 o'clock, you will find there are plenty trades to be taken. And all what it takes, one quality trade. One. And then if you take one trade was not good, you take the second trade. Max, you should be on 3 trades from the market open till 11 o'clock. You should not be clicking left and right. This is a wrong thinking. I've been doing this for 37 years. It's a wrong thinking. The less you trade, the better off you are. And the more quality trades, the better you are. Right now, I'm still not gonna get involved with the with the Nasdaq. I'm still not going to get involved with the Nasdaq until I see confirmation from the ES. The ES has to cross the 7,163. Until the ES not able to cross the 7,163, I'm not interested on the long trade in here. Plus, if we look, there are a lot of resistance between, there is a resistance around 27,281. I'm not sure with this Nasdaq at the moment able to break those resistance. It's too early on that trade to take I will only take it when I see now we start having a buy signal on the Nasdaq and a buy signal on the Russell. This is based on 1 minute, and because on this one here, this is the Russell. Now look what happened to the Nasdaq to confirm my story. Look what happened to the Nasdaq. So this poor guy, by the time he gets in, he's out again, and the ES got projected from the 7161, and this is also a problem because we don't have a confirmation on the ES entry. So that's what happened, and I'm gonna wave on the Nasdaq trade at the moment. Let's see what happened because on Friday, you have to be very careful. Uh, we all have experienced bad Fridays before, and when you have a bad Friday, it goes with you on the weekend, have impact on your family, on your loved ones, and you keep thinking on the weekend, why did I do this? Why I didn't see this? Why I lost money on Friday? Friday is a very special day, and you have to be extra conservative on Friday. Another trick on Friday, you can trade to be profitable on a Friday, either 2 hours prior to the open market, whatever is your local hours is, 2 hours before the markets open. They are a good potential to make money, or after 1 o'clock, usually Friday after 1 o'clock. It never fell. The amateur traders comes on a Friday. Somehow, I don't know why, but they activate auto trades live on a Friday. Um, uh, and um, and what they do, they come around the opening hours. Within the 2 hours, the majority of those amateur traders lose money. And then what they do, they pack everything and they go to on the weekend with a broken heart, actually, and have a huge impact on it. On a Friday is a different rules. On a Friday you should be early bird, if you are an early bird, to try to make your money before even the markets open, or um, if we fall asleep and we didn't get up early, then you can uh, uh, actually, Friday afternoon around 1 o'clock is the best day for scalping, even swing trading, because most of the time on a Friday, the market after 1 o'clock goes one direction, either up or down, most of the Fridays. So when you are scalping on a Friday afternoon, or swing trading on Friday afternoon, usually you can make money more than this person sitting clicking left and right from Monday to Friday. So there are certain days, there are certain hours you can make money in the market, and there is the worst you can do on a Friday to take a trade on the first 2 hours from the opening on Friday, which a lot of traders they are unaware of that. A lot of volatilities usually on Friday. And as you see, the Nasdaq is getting strong. The Nasdaq is getting strong. And what we are waiting on, and now it is almost tradable, but I still need the confirmation from the ES before I start taking a trade. Because right now we are on a high risk. Why we are on a high risk? Even if your indicators on the Nasdaq, your ATRs, momentum, all those banana indicators telling you go for it, you're not looking at the market structure. When you're not looking at the market structure, you're only looking at your indicator, you're blind. Indicators, moving averages, indicators, they're just giving you what happened in the previous bar. They're not predicting anything, you know. So In those cases here where the ES has not broke the 71.64, this means we don't have a long trade on the ES, and the ES still the majority of the high time frame is in red. There is a good potential for the ES to drag the Nasdaq down with him, and this resistance on above is not inviting. It's not good appetite to make money with it. So you always have to be again and again and again. One losing trade on $200 stop loss, that's $50,000 a year. And if you look at your account, most likely 90% you don't have the $50,000 account. If you are patient enough and you make around $400 a day based on one trade or two, that will be $100,000 a year if you know what you are doing. So this is the magnitude. And the biggest mistake you do, you think you got the power because you have an auto trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're buying an indicator for a little child, 22, 23, 24 years old. I've been doing this for 37 years. That indicator is not competing with the institutional, the market movers. What you are doing, you are using basic indicators. They are not compatible to the institutional. You don't know what the institutionals are looking for. You don't understand how they trade. They're not buying $200 indicator says on it buy sell signal, and then they're gonna make money. What you're doing, you're trying to compete with losers. You're not competing with an institutional. You need to grow out of that dilemma and this false dream. And you need to understand what those institutionals are doing when they are taking a profit and when they are getting into the market. You need to compete with those, not with a kid selling pizza at night and selling indicators in the morning. You're going to stay with those losers. You need to think what those people are doing. So I don't want to say it to anyone, but I wanted to know where is this elephant going, and I want to go on the same direction the elephant going, not a little kid selling an indicator for a couple of $100, repaint indicators. So now as we see the Nasdaq is collapsing, despite your indicator is saying everything is positive, as we said, we're not going to fall into this trap. And now the Nasdaq is collapsing again. This is what separates a trader from a trader, not by putting an indicator on a chart and call himself a trader. So right now, that's why we didn't want to take the trade on the Nasdaq, because it was a false movement, and now the Nasdaq is losing the ground, and most likely is gonna go back to the short trade. So what we have the ES still on the short mood, and now we are sitting in between. Either the ES is gonna come up to the Nasdaq and become a positive, or the ES is going to drag the Nasdaq to the negative again. Then we will have two instruments going parallel with each other and both in negative. Anytime you see the ES not in the same direction, not in the same sequence as the Nasdaq, you have volatility. And when you have a volatility, your auto trade become useless, become a losing machine, not a winning machine. Changing template, changing auto trade is not going to save you. You're just going to go in a circle for another year. So right now, what we are doing here, we are sitting in the middle between long and short, and you should not be activating any kind of auto trade until we have the confirmation on both of direction. So our objective to show the trader why sometimes his auto trade doesn't matter where you auto trade from. Could be from a flea market or a supermarket on Sunday afternoon on a special offer. I don't care where your auto trade coming from. You need to understand why sometimes you lose money on an auto trade and why you make money sometimes. And that it is the worst fear, the psychology behind trading. When the trader don't know how the market is moving and he's connecting his auto trade to the broker, he practically needs a diaper because he is nervous. He's he's nervous. He's on the edge. He don't know if his auto trade going to make money or not that day, and his money is limited. And the reason is because he don't know when the auto trade is taking trade is going in the right direction. He don't know the market structure. He don't know the market movement. He don't know if the market long or short. He is at the mercy of that auto trade he got. Sadly, uh, out of I was in a meeting with some older guys like me, and we have find out we are shrinking. I mean, right now I'm a little over 60, and I spent my whole life trading, and we were talking, and all those older guys, the ones they know the market structure, are shrinking, and what is left, the new traders with a bunch of people selling auto trade. They don't know how to trade a paper bag. They don't have a support. They don't understand how to trade, but they are very good with videos, to implement videos on multimedia somewhere. They are worse than a car salesman because they cannot support. They have no educational. They have no experience, and they don't know what. They cannot even trade a paperback, but they're just selling indicators or selling auto trades. So our people, the ones we 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 were talking about it, and the quality of uh, the new traders receiving information is basically nothing. Um, um, you see, now the Nasdaq is crashing again. That's why we said don't take long trade on the Nasdaq. And look, now it's crashing both, and now it is both in the same direction. So those new traders are not getting any education. They're feeding an AI junk, and they get in an AI junk auto trade or something like this. What those and professional traders doing to the AI? They're giving him a bunch of indicator, RSI, momentum, MACDs, ATR, something like this. Junk has been around for last 20, 30 years. And what they're receiving from the AI is junk, repaint signals, and they stay in a circle for many years. They wouldn't dare go live, you know. And they have no education. They have When they turn on their auto trade, they have no clue if their auto trade gonna whop up their accounts or they're gonna make money. So that's why they stay on the side, because they don't have confidence. They don't understand what's going on. And the solution for them, changing templates or change or buy a new auto trade and try again. In our experience for the last 17 years with the public, we have seen some scary stuff where people have used over $100,000 on auto trades and they still not profitable. What happened? They keep buying auto trades. They test it for 1 month. They don't have confidence. And then they see some kind of stupid commercial. They go buy it. They use 200 here, 1,000 here, 2,000 here, and it's still the same results. The reason is because they don't know the market. It's not the auto trade, it's the market. There is a certain time you can turn on an auto trade, and certain time you need to put your auto trade on hold. As I do right now, I have the auto trades on hold. There is no direction in the market. I'm not interested in auto trading. Auto trades are wonderful things, but you need to learn when to trade, when to unleash this auto trade to make money. You don't turn on your auto trade the same time you turn on your coffee machine in the morning. And the reason I said I turn off all my auto trade, because look at this. Look at this. This poor guy, by the time he goes down, the market goes back and knock him out of the trade. Remember, $200 losing trade is $50,000 a year. And this poor guy don't have even $5,000 in his account. For God's sake, use calculation. If you don't know how to add, if you don't know numbers, use calculation. You have $5,000 on your hand, you're losing $200 a day. That's $50,000 a year. you know and right now this market is totally mixed market. The direction of this market to the short, the direction of the market is to the short side. But if you look from 1 to 30 minutes, there is like a Christmas tree. There is red and a green. The buyers are equal to the sellers with 6 different time frame. The buyers on the ES equal to the seller. The majority is in red, and yet the ES going like a yo-yo up and down. This means there is a play in the market, and the market is unstable. When the market is unstable, you cannot trade, you cannot auto trade, you need to sit on the side. An auto trade is not an ATM machine as you were told in some kind of commercial. Auto trades are wonderful, they can take over the trades for you, but you can direct the auto trade not to take a trade or take short trades only or take long trade only, like what we have done with the previous one. And this is the biggest mistake. Traders, they they turn on the auto trade and aware of the volatility in the market, or if the market is in sequence, because they don't have a basic background. It's the same thing, folks. If I show you, my previous education, and I used to be an aircraft engineer. I know how to turn on the autopilot on any given aircraft. I have a license on many aircrafts, but I'm not a pilot. I'm not going to fly the airplane and put it on autopilot and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm not going to put my family on an aircraft and turn on the autopilot because I know how to turn on autopilot. I'm not a licensed pilot, So when you are trading, uh, you only know how to turn on the autopilot, but you're not a pilot because you have skipped the basic in the market. You have skipped it, and you're gonna stay. And I promise you, we've been dealing with the public for 17 years, and you're gonna be staying lost, and you will be invested more money on platform indicators, auto trades, because you're skipping the basic. And when you skip the basic, there is no way you will have success. No way you're going to quit your job and you're going to sit somewhere on a beach drinking pina colada and earning money. And I promise you that. I've been doing this for 37 years. There is nothing free in the market. You have to earn it in the market. Nobody is going to give it to you. You have to earn it. You have to grab your hand and some other trader and grab the trade from his throat. You need to grab the winning trade from him. It is a competition. You're not the only one using auto trade. There are another million trader using auto trade. For every $100 you make, there is somebody lost 100 because of his mistake. If it's everybody winning, where the money is going to come from? You're making money from the losers. You're not making money from the institutional. Those institutional people, they know what they are doing. You are the one is paying them. So this is fact, whether you want to accept it or not. As we see right now, the ES is going very red, and it is tilting, as we said, more to the short side. And now the Nasdaq, as we said, do not go long because it was a false movement. And this is the biggest proof. Now the Nasdaq is on the same direction as the ES and is struggling market. And the problem is when you are using an auto trade, this is the worst nightmare when you are looking at the chart. If we look at the Nasdaq, technically any given auto trade from here to here, right now, here, by the time this one hit, any given auto trade worldwide is taken short because they know your indicators, they know your stop loss, they know your RSI, momentum, they know all those basic you have, and then you have a fibs and levels coming from some kind of flea market. And by the time your auto trade going, here is the wick, stopped you out. Then this is another entry coming from any given auto trade, and then the market went up and knocked you out of the trade. So the problem is with the auto trade, any given auto trade, you have a stop loss, you have a trailing stop, and you have a break even, like any other auto trade worldwide. The problem is when your auto trade calculate 1 and 1 is 2, he's taking the trade, you put in a stop loss, and the minute the auto trade taking a trade, the market is turning around and knock you out of that trade. And that can aggravate any amateur trader. Funny, I used to have one gentleman with me. He was a customer of ours, and he was a pilot. And me and him, we become very good friends. Very, very educated person, very well educated person, and he trade manually. So one time he hired a programmer to make him an auto trade, and this guy knows his stuff. He knows how to put two and two together. And he was laughing. He said, "Sam, I told this programmer to put those for me and make an auto trade, and he made it exactly what I want." And I said, "That's good. Happy for you." And he's my customer. And he said, "I turn it on. Every time my auto trade take long, the market goes short. Every time my auto trade goes short, the market goes long." And I was laughing. And I said, "What did you do?" He said he called the programmer and he told him to switch the signal. The one used to take long, make it take short, and the one used to take short, make it go long. And I was laughing. And he was talking about it, and because he don't believe in auto trades, he know how to trade manually, but he tried to make one auto trade, and he said, "Sam, I told the programmer to switch the signal, and he did, and now my auto trade every time goes long, the market goes short, and every time my auto trade goes short, it goes long." So what I'm saying is the same educated person. He made an auto trade. He know how to trade manually. He just did it for the hell of it. And every time his auto trade was taken long, the market turn around and go short. And even when he reversed the signals, he still was losing money. From that day, he never used auto trade and he went back to the manual trading. And he is good trader, but he thought he can, and until now he is a customer of ours. He's been customer of ours for almost 11 years. He don't need any updates. He don't want, because we have a lot of updates on an auto trade. He said, Sam, I'm not using the auto trades. I'm happy for what I have. He have not got any updates in 2 years. He don't want it because he don't want auto trades. But he have it, but he don't want to use them. He's okay, profitable guy. So if we see on the ES here, is clearly you can see the ES is got stuck in the channel between resistance 71.61 and the support 71.47. This is the worst enemy for any kind of auto trade, whatever you have in there. This is not good enough for an auto trade. An auto trade needs movement. And right now, what we are seeing, look at this. We've been talking now for 30 minutes. And now what we are seeing, this is the first time the ES is trying to break the key point 71.62. Look at this. He's trying to break the 71.63. The NASDAQ is already crossing it, confirming. So now what we are doing, we are waiting on the confirmation of the ES able to break that key number in the ES. If this ES not able to break the key number, the NASDAQ is going back down again. Has nothing to do with your auto trade. The best question I've had on the telephone when a gentleman told me, isn't the auto trade supposed to know all? No, there is no auto trade. There is no auto trade knows it all. In order for you to have your auto trade knows it all, when you have 13, 14, 15 IT men, like those institutional, adjusting the auto trade to the market constantly. You don't have 15 IT people sitting in the other room adjusting auto trade to the market condition. This is the difference between you and an institutional market. Those institutionals, they have computers, they have top traders, and what they do, they adjust constantly their automated trading for the market adjustment. When we come in, sometimes I log into my traders. We have some clients, they've been with us for many years. I log in, he's still using a template from last year. And I freak out. So the difference is the institutionals are updating their auto trade while they are trading with 13 IT people, top-notch people sitting and adjusting the market. And I have another client sitting and he's still using the template, not from 2025, from 2024. So tell me what I do wrong with him. So right now, as you see here, the ES is trying to break the key point right there. I have no interest right now to take a trade on the NASDAQ, despite my indicators telling me to go long. I'm not until I see the ES break. And you can see how hard is the ES trying to break the key point right there. Look at it. Look, he's trying. And it's not the first try for him. And he is trying to break that. Now, if the ES not able to break that key point, the NASDAQ is going down. It's irrelevant what kind of indicator you have or an auto trade you have. It's going to bring the NASDAQ down with him. If the ES able to break that area, the NASDAQ is going to fly to the long side. So that's the difference. So now we are waiting. You can see, look at this. It's in color. It's not a black and white. You can see how having a problem breaking that number, and you can see the NASDAQ is sitting on a standby, waiting on 007 right here, the ES, to cross that number. And look at this. It fell. Look what happened. The NASDAQ is down. Has nothing to do with your auto trade. The ES fell to break key point, and this is not the whole story. Above that number here, he is facing a double resistance, which is going to have a hell of a time to break it. On those conditions, the best way is to sit on the side and be disciplined and not auto trading and wait until the market is clear sky. There is no turbulence. There is no line blocking the market to keep going up. Maybe to you it is just another rubbish line. But those lines, once you get used to those lines, you respect them. Because those are your bread. And now let's see if the market able to break that line here. You can see where the ES is standing by, and you see why Nasdaq is holding. So for this one here right now, as we see, the Nasdaq start taking off. Look at this. The reason the Nasdaq start taking off because the key point has been broken, and now it's been confirming to go long. Now, if I want to trade ES, now it's turned into the long trade. I will not take a trade on the ES until I see is strong enough to break the double resistance. Because what you are seeing here is weak, very weak long trend. This is not a strong trend. There is still a lot of potential to the downside. It's not fully green. It's not fully green. So there is a good potential the ES get projected from here. Speaking of a devil, let's see what the ES doing. Look at this. Look. Look where is the wick, and now it's trying to go head to head with those double resistance. Let's see if he's able to break it. Look what the ES stopping. The most important bar on your chart is the first bar to the right hand side. The rest is rubbish. It's no longer needed. Look where the ES holding. He wants to go head to head. Now you can see the start getting greener, start getting stronger. The higher time frame start getting into the, it is already green, the higher time frame, and it's trying now to tangle with the 7167. Look at this. Look where's the wick happen. Look where's the wick. And now it's trying to gain strength to break that resistance. Look. He's trying. There we go. Finished. Now it's long and long on the Nasdaq ES. Long by long. It's finished. Now we have confirmation on both of them. There is long trade, institutional target. First one, take a profit on the first institutional target, and this one here on the first institutional target. The pullback you see here, he needs to confirm those numbers, and it's going back up again. And the institutional number is 7173, and the institutional number 27,300, which right now the market good potential to pull back, re-entry from that area here, and pull back, re-entry from that area here. And those are the pullback, re-entry long. Now we have the market a little bit stronger, and those are the pullback, re-entry on the ES and Nasdaq. Those are the potential re-entry. And this pullback, just for confirmation, needs to confirm the support the resistance becomes support, and every time the market move many numbers has to go back and reconfirm. So you should not be panicking. And right now we are going in the right direction. Once we have a confirmation, it used to be resistance, and now it's going to become a support. There is no turning back anymore. And the first target is right there. It is on 7173. You don't have a short anymore. You don't have a short. Confirmation, no short. You see where he came to? He came to this key again, where we told you this is a re-entry long. He came to that key, re-entry long. You see? He came exactly to where we told you to go in long. And now the institutionals, they usually hit like yesterday. They came right on time. By 11 o'clock, we should be hitting target one and target two sometimes. And those, they come like yesterday. If you look the video yesterday, we hit them exactly at 11 o'clock. And now we are climbing to the institutional number. And now the market is in sequence, still weak, a little bit to the long side, but we are out of the wood because now both of them are into positive direction. None of them is on, one is short, one is long. No, they're both on the same direction. And those, the institutional target, they should be hidden around 11 o'clock plus minus 5 minutes. Now it's 10:50. It's going to be a little struggle for the Nasdaq on the projection 27,274. I believe it's gonna able to cross it after a try a couple times, and then the institutional number 27,299. The ES is coming. It's like you are cooking something in the oven. It's getting strong and stronger and stronger, and it will go up right under your nose to the target. Take 5 minutes. You can see loud and clear. This time the Nasdaq is going to break this projection. As we told you, the projection on the Nasdaq is 27,274, and the Nasdaq has tried one time, two times, three, four, 5 times, and right now it's getting strong enough to break it. So now the Nasdaq is preparing to break this last projection. It is very nice. Once we break this projection, we're going immediately to the institutional target, which is 27,000, is about to take off. You can feel the numbers is about to take off, and it's going to break it because he's tried to break it. And look, he's about to break that number. This is a good news. This is a very good news. It's about to break that number. It's getting stronger. It's getting stronger. He's really, the Nasdaq, having a problem with the projection. He's really trying very hard. You can see on the Nasdaq is really trying to break that projection, and is 27,274, and he's gonna try again. It's really, that's why your key levels are the most important in the trading, not your indicators. And right now we are 10:55. If you go back to the video from yesterday, you see we arrived at the institutional number at 11 o'clock precisely. And now it's 10:55. We still have 5 minutes to hit the institutional number. Always institutional numbers around 11 o'clock plus minus 5-10 minutes. We still have a few more minutes. I'm going to adjust the ES to the institutional. Is 717375. Look what time it is, gentlemen. 10:57. Look. Welcome to trading. Profit taking. Be careful. As we said yesterday. Yesterday they arrived at 11 o'clock and we told you to take a profit and brush off those last two bars above the target. What happened after we left? The market went down after those targets. So here it is. Arriving on time, 11 o'clock. Be careful, profit taking in those areas. Here it is. The ES didn't make it because he have a double projection on 717173 and 7172. There is a double projection. He couldn't cross the double projection. He will try again. I'm gonna stay a little bit, a couple minutes more. If you're not taking a profit, you need to start taking a profit very soon, because now 10:59, the ES is gonna give it one more shot because there is a double projection. Little weak, the ES. And look now, 11 o'clock. And look what is the NASDAQ, 11 o'clock. Look at this. Look. Ha! The same thing what happened yesterday. You can go back and check out the video from yesterday. It's the same story. The ES, there is no more bread. In the ES, a little bit on the NASDAQ. The ES is losing the ground. Be careful. Look what time. 11 o'clock. Look at this. 11 o'clock. Right on time. Look at this. Profit taking. Has nothing to do with your indicator. Profit taking. Folks, that's what we have for you today. And we wish you the best weekend. And we say thank you very much. For the ones that still have appetite for the trade, there is a good potential for this NASDAQ. There is a target 2 institutional number. It could be potentially go to target 2, which I doubt it very seriously. But for the ES, right now is about to take off and hit this target 1. Is about to close any minute right now. If it's able to break, you see, the problem is with the double projection, not able to break this projection, is getting weaker. And that's why we said profit taking on the NASDAQ, and we said at 11 o'clock, and here it is. The ES got weak, is no longer able to break those projection. So this means it's fallen to the first level, which I would not take, is fallen to this level for a re-entry. By the ES right now losing momentum and it's finished. It's not able to break that double projection. He tried many times. Could be the market movers gonna go ahead and give him a little boost, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And I don't see he's able to make to the target 1. Honestly, it's getting weaker. And look, fell. Yeah. So the Nasdaq is gonna collapse again. Be careful with the Nasdaq. Also, is losing momentum. The Nasdaq is losing momentum, folks. That's all what we have for you this weekend, and we wish you blessing weekend. Bye for now.